subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix, powered by Foolish Club Media. Please head to our YouTube channel. It is the same, Foolish Club Media. Like and subscribe. And we're hitting you with heavy content in football season. Brian's World will drop tomorrow on Wednesday, each and every Wednesday. D-Block Podcast Tuesday, Thursday. Hey, beach season in the building, showing BK on Fridays, and us every single night. Woo! Like and subscribe. If you don't do so, fisting is in your future.
Right.
That's it. Straight up. And it won't just be one hand. It won't be one hand. It's bam, and then the switch. 1-2 punch.
I think family members listen to this podcast.
Well, hey, if their asses have liked and subscribed, then they've got nothing to worry about. All right? I'm sorry, you're right. That got away. That was maybe too much. That was
I just recommended this podcast to an old couple tonight. They were like, "Oh, we heard you do a podcast."
Oh, stop it! If you think they don't know anything about fisting, you're crazy.
I do mark these ones as explicit. Just
yeah. Listen, Eugene and Sandra know all about fisting. That older couple that you brought in here. No, but man, we're gonna have some fun tonight because guess what? You're talking about an old couple. Damn it, it happened, Steve. In the words of the great Gus Johnson, finally. Nope. The way I said it, that was more Vince McMahon, The Rock. Finally is it's happened. Travis, I don't know when he did it. I believe it was clearly before today. But Travis Kelce went out there and he took the love of his life. Maybe she's not the one that we had to be the love of his life. Maybe that's not the style of woman that we thought Travis was going to shut it down for. But nonetheless, he went ahead and he got him some Swift. And now he slid on one knee and it looked like they were in some sort of a garden of some such. I'm not sure. It reminded me of the scene on one of the great movies.
Apparently that was Travis's backyard.
Fuck. I thought it was in One Light.
No, he bought a house. I don't know. There's been varying reports about where it's at. And I'm not, I don't want to do what I think it was KCTV5 who outed Mahomes' address and then people knew where he lived. But it's either in Lee Summit or Leewood. I don't really know. But I feel like Travis had a lot of people really put some money into making that backyard look like that.
I was going to say, those are
like that all the time.
Those are two really different areas that are far away but the same.
Yeah. So you can see where they would be, where it would be confusing.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's not the one. This is the first one I've seen. The other one I've seen that looked like they're in some sort of a garden reminded me of one of my favorite movies that I would repeatedly go to Blockbuster and rent on repeat.
The Secret
Garden? Airborne. When Mitchell Guzman was in Cincinnati and he was skating through that rainforest or whatever, trying to find old girl. That's what it reminded me of. But I digress. It happened. It finally happened. And shout out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Congratulations. Obviously, she's not going to take your last name.
I have been told by Aaron, who has been much more locked into this than me.
I'm sure obviously.
She has. That Ed Kelce said Travis created the garden in his backyard, and he's in Leewood, not Lee Summit.
Shout out to Ed Kelce, who I am certain cried for the entirety of the day. Ed Kelce, who has whatever that Dick Vermeil gene is, he's got it. Every time I see Ed, he's crying. Every time I see Big Ed Kelce, he is crying. No,
he's proud of his boys. He's just living life.
He just in a drop of the hat. Like you remember Dick Vermeil used to say, offense, shit, go to work. Defense, go to work. Special teams, go to work. He used to cry his ass out. By the way, I did love the touch. I think it was Taylor who tweeted out what'd she say, your favorite English teacher and the PE teacher got married, some shit like that. I'm sure Aaron is correcting everything I'm saying right now on that, but it's a beautiful thing. And I would just say this, Steve. You're right, JC. I'm just telling you, we're in here. This cannot be 5 years ago. Like if we were able to drive, like how long they've been together? It's been a couple of years, right?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Steve, I bet you if we drove back and we got in that DeLorean or the Buick and flew back in time, Steve, there is no way that this is who they thought they would be with. There is no chance. Like this is I'm talking for either one of them. Like this is not in line with the type of people that they were with. All right, like people out here listening, I know Aaron is, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think she has dated anything like Travis Kelce, not just because Kelce's got a lot, Steve. There's a little meathead in there, but then there's a little like suave. As I've said, he is one of the 32 unicorns walking the earth. If you're just now joining me, the unicorn walking the earth, that is the white guy who has the ability to get the white girl to come back to him, even though she has always primarily dated black guys. I think that's the toughest thing to go get, is to be the white guy, to pull the white girl who has only dated black guys. That is the toughest thing. Travis is obviously on the short list. Justin Timberlake, Bill Clinton, one of the three. My co-host is one of them. There are just a few. Channing Tatum, Blake Snell. There are a few people who fit into that category. Travis is that. That's not who I would have thought Taylor would have been with. And we have seen Travis's work. And Travis's work, yet Taylor very beautiful. Travis's work did not seem to look and roll with the way Taylor is and how she is. They just seem that it is complete opposites of who they're with. And I give them credit for opening their eyes and pulling a Sierra with Russell Wilson. There's no way in hell she wanted to be with somebody like that 10 years ago, but it worked and they've stayed together. So I'm happy for this love that either one of them didn't see coming. Now, Travis did plan it a little bit, but either one of them didn't see coming.
Again, Aaron points out that she said on the podcast she's been writing songs about wanting this to happen to her since she was a teenager. So maybe she didn't know that Travis Kelce was exactly what she was looking for.
No, she didn't. Listen, Aaron, I don't care what you say. That's not what she had drawn up. She may have written songs about this. She didn't know it was going to come into the guy who took his towel and threw it at a referee in the middle of the game and then got himself ejected. She didn't know it was going to be the guy who got kicked off the University of Cincinnati's football team. She didn't know it was going to be the guy that – do you think, Aaron, that she had it mapped out that she would be with the guy who had a full dating show called Catching Kelce on E, where it seemed like he was trying to bang every single one of those young ladies? No, I don't think
that was a long time ago now.
I know.
And
you think she's watched Catching Kelce? Clearly, right?
I feel like she had to have at least watched an episode or something. I would say that Andy Reid endorsed him, and that all these people who knew Kelce somehow, who had some kind of connection to her, reached out and all endorsed Travis Kelce. Did you actually watch any of the podcasts? It was. They were so in love.
I watched the entire thing of it. And I know you did. Hey, that motherfucker is sprung. I don't know if you are not understanding of the term. Do you get what I mean when I say sprung? Serda, he is in deep. he loves that broad. I mean, he can I be honest about it now that you brought up the podcast? He is so into her. And I'm not saying she's not into him, but he's so into her, it almost got on my nerves. Like, it almost got on my nerves because I'm about to say, hey, Trav, you my dude, man. Shameless plug right here. Yeah, me and Vern at one point, we were celebrity host at an event you did for 87 and running. Shout out to Operation Breakthrough. Yes, we were there for Travis. But man, if you say one more time, oh, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Oh, she's the smartest. Like, if he says it one more fucking time in that hour and a half, I'm going to go, Travis, we fucking know you're the luckiest guy in the world. Stop, man. Just pull back just a bit.
Everybody in America knows. Like, even for a future first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest football players we've ever seen, a generational talent at the tight end position, multiple time Super Bowl champion. And there's like very few people in the world that he could have wound up with that you would have been like, whoa. How the hell did Travis do this? And Taylor is one of the few people. And he's acknowledging it. And he is smitten and he knows it.
Yeah, hold on. Let's sit in that. How, like, in what way, though? Because, like, there are ones that would argue from a physical perspective, like Travis has at the very least been to Taylor's equal, if not better. Where is this perspective where you're like, where is it coming from? Just because she is the most famous woman in the world, is that why it is that you're like, whoa, how the fuck did Travis pull this off?
Well, I mean, Taylor is a very like attractive woman too, but it's also, yes, it's not just the fact that she's the most famous pop star in the world. It's the fact that like she's like her influence and her infrastructure and her business smarts and her creativity and the way that she goes about doing absolutely everything. She is the absolute top of her game in music. Like, she is the top of the industry right now, to the point where she has basically created her own sub industry on her own off of being a famous pop artist, and has basically gone out and just said, I'm going to do everything independently myself. And it's created this whole like sub industry that like virtually every recording artist could only ever hope to achieve. Like, she is the gold standard of what you do as a successful artist now in this country. And so, yes, but like Travis is also like a titan of industry at the NFL level because he's one of the most successful players in the league and he's a Super Bowl champion. But it's not the same scale to which Taylor Swift is at what she does. So like how special she is at what she does.
Yeah, I am glad that he was able to hold it together and not come on too strong. I'm certain he wanted to say I love you 3 weeks in, judging by how he was on that.
But he started with that, I think.
I hope somebody got a hold of him.
Travis has navigated a lot of these things.
Well, no, he ain't. As you just so eloquently put together,
he ain't
navigated this one.
But Travis has been with some women that he was probably like, man, how did I wind up here? Like, how did this kid from Ohio wind up here?
You're full of shit. This is the first time. This was uncharted waters. I believe every young lady that he messed with before, he felt like, hell, this young lady is lucky that I'm here. I don't think he voiced it, but he didn't feel like he was like he was not on the her equal. This one, he felt like he had to do some work. He had to put in some work. I think this, judging by watching him in the few times and then seeing those two together for an hour and a half, oh man, he had to hold it back. He was ready to pull the trigger on the "I love you," the L word, quick. It's the first. Steve,
I think every relationship he had ever been in led to how cool and calm he was in this one.
No.
And she
He
even
was not
said,
pulling
like,
cock. He
she
was
even
not.
said that like the way she like fell in love with it was because he's just like this human exclamation point. Like he just like brings like happiness and joy to everyone that's around him.
Because that motherfucker knows he's out here banging energy drinks, Red Bulls, and he's thinking, what were those Mountain Dew drinks?
His teammates would say the same thing. Nobody in the Chiefs locker room would ever say a bad thing about Travis Kelce. In fact, everybody is like, Travis Kelce is like I look up to him more than anybody in the locker room. Like Travis is the guy that everybody loves and that everybody wants to be like.
Yeah, no, he's working hard. Whatever those Mountain Dew energy drinks you used to drink, that's what he's drinking to be that exclamation point. She must really piss off songwriters. You could tell that shit comes easy to her. She was out here just talking, writing songs. Like that was. I'm listening. I'm like, damn, man. That was,
well, I mean, you know about the Easter eggs. Bar. You watch the pod. You know about the Easter eggs and all the crazy shit she's done with that. That's gone back years. Apparently, I didn't even know it was that deep.
You just did it. You just found out about these fucking Easter eggs because of it. Get out of here with that.
Yes, but she's been doing this shit for years. Apparently, you know, and apparently, I was like, she's got to have people who are helping her navigate that, and supposedly, it's all her. And so she writes all these songs. She goes on the biggest pop tour that the world has ever seen. And it's a legitimate worldwide tour that takes like 2.5 years and then bangs out another album while navigating a relationship with one of the biggest football players in the world. And she's also just laying Easter eggs for years along the way. She's a genius. Like, it's insane.
Steve, you may not watch what we would call bad TV or guilty pleasure TV shows. We'd understand the shit that you watch, those stuff is beneath you. And usually for guys, that coincides with watching with their ladies. You may not watch bad TV, but it is clear that you hang out with your lady. Because the passion that you are bringing and the knowledge that you are bringing to all of this Taylor Swift.
Told me about all of it.
Now
I'm at the point in my life where that shit comes up on my feed, and then I'm liking it, and I'm sending it to her, and I'm like, babe, check this out.
See, because you know way too much, way more about Taylor Swift and her empire, or as Baby Billy would say, staring down at his empire. You know way more about this shit than I would have ever thought.
I generally just know a lot about pop culture, and I know a lot about music, especially. So while I don't listen to a ton of Taylor Swift, like I know who she is as an artist. Like I respect her work and what she accomplishes.
You just gave that synopsis with the passion as if you were talking about fish. Like that was insane. By the way, again, maybe I'm Cupid. Maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic. As you know, I love rom-coms. And I'll quickly give you my top 5. Coming in at number 5, Boomerang, fantastic. Coming in at number 4, 10 Things I Hate About You, terrific.
Seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
Number 3, let's go with The Proposal. Number 2, I don't know. Some people argue back and forth that this fits. I don't think it does. So I'm just telling you, I love Coming to America. It's my favorite all-time movie. I don't think it fits as a rom-com. So number 2 for me is Silver Lining Playbook. And number 1 is It's Complicated, starring Meryl Streep, Steve Martin, and and one of them damn Baldwins. Just a fantastic, well done film. But call me a romantic, a lover of romantic comedies. I don't understand the people who feel like this shit ain't gonna last. Or people feel like this isn't, in some way, this is not real, and that they are not like this. I feel like this is the real deal. I don't think we're going to be looking at 10 years from now that, that Taylor is a single mom and they're splitting custody and they've
I don't think so
and that Travis is getting alimony. Like, I don't think this is a situation where they're going to split. Like, I think 10 years from now, the Kelce / Swift, whatever they're going to be, I think this is going to last. I think a couple of things. Very similar to you, Steve. They're in their 30s, their mid 30s. They've waited a little bit. They've seen a lot. They know what they want. They're not jumping anything quick. I think that's going to help them. And I don't know, man, when you watch them, they legit seem to adore each other and worship the ground that the other walks on, especially Travis.
The post announcing their engagement is apparently the most liked Instagram post of all time. Like,
God, how did he pull this off? This guy, man, how did he? Good God, man,
he's a unicorn. I already said.
I'm telling you, man. God, man, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. I think they're in it for the long haul. All right, I do. I think we got a kid coming in the next 3 or 4 years. When I say 3 or 4 years, I think 2. I mean, we're closing in on 36. I think that's probably going to happen. Maybe this is a shotgun wedding, Steve.
Apparently, Lil Wayne is at T-Mobile Center tonight, and he stopped the show to give a shout out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
I'm glad he's alert and he's standing and he's able to give that shout out. I hope that he is just playing his music by like he's lip syncing it. I hope this is not something that he is giving us, because oh boy, Wayne, man, that's tough. I don't even want to go down that road. Wayne is just it's hurting me.
It's impressive. Congratulations. I agree. They're just desperately and madly in love. It's like Tom Hanks and his wife. Like, you just know. When you see them, you just know those people really love each other.
You mean the second wife, right? Not the
one he's been married to for a really long time.
Okay, yeah. No, man, I think this is going for the long haul, man. I do. I don't like, hell, this ain't a Kim and Kanye, man. We don't have a psychopath in this. This is beautiful. So happy for them. Damn it, he did it. Hey, because I was saying, we've talked about it, sort of like, I'm not like, hey man, it's about that time, Jack. By the way, I have been every night I've been watching, once we get off the show, to wind down in the night, the new Cowboys documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you checked in on that, sort of. But it is one of the most amazing American stories that Michael Irvin is not dead or in jail right now. I like, if you go watch that damn documentary, I don't know that he spent a day in jail. And
I just feel like it's more Jerry Cowboys propaganda. I haven't been compelled to watch it.
Yeah, well, I was compelled. Like hell, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. All right, I enjoyed some shit I didn't know. I did not know Michael Irvin almost killed a teammate with a pair of scissors because Michael Irvin wanted to cut him in the haircut line, and the offensive lineman stood his ground. The young offensive lineman stood his ground, and Mike said, "That's not how we do things." And then Mike went and grabbed the scissors and sliced him across the neck. Yes, blood coming down. They rushed him to the hospital, and he was already on a 5-year probation for the cocaine and drug charges that he had. But the young man refused to press any charges and said nothing happened. So he didn't go to jail. He should have gone to jail. I mean, it is like this. Like, there's one episode basically dedicated to, God, what's he doing with his hair? There's one episode, Serda, that is dedicated to basically, and that's what the episode's called, Cocaine Cowboys, and it is dedicated to him and him doing just the craziest. And they probably give us 4 or 5 stories, Serda, 4 or 5 stories, and we're like, and I'm just sitting there like, what in the hell? If these are the 5 stories they're giving us, Serda, imagine what the hell they have left off from other things that we know have happened. Do you know? Have you heard the White House story that they just went out behind the facility at Valley Ranch? They went and purchased a house that they called the White House, and it was basically the house to just go do shit they ain't supposed to be doing in the house.
No, I have actually heard that story.
And he referred to himself as the president. and they started playing some of the voicemails that some people left on the voicemail. There's voicemails like, "Hey, Michael, it's Candy. Was just seeing if you guys were partying again. Hey, it's Sharon. Mike, just wanted to see if you guys were." And then the last one they play is, "Hey, this is Andy. You were out with my sister last night." Blah, say this. What the fuck? Like, it was the craziest shit. I can see how you wouldn't be compelled to watch it. The Jimmy Johnson stuff is great. The Troy Aikman stuff, I learned a little bit more about Troy. Like Troy Aikman, Barry Switzer don't like each other. When Barry Switzer brought him in and said, some of your teammates believe you only yell at black players and not at the other players.
I feel like Michael's got something on his lip in this picture.
I feel like he's got a lot going on in this picture. I mean, this hair, man, what's he doing, dude? I was watching First Take the other day, and it was Marcus Spears and Stephen A. And they were talking about something that he said with Jerry, and they couldn't even get to it. They just said, "Stop. Hey, Mike, what is going on with this hair? I love you, Mike, but you got to cut that off." That is, I don't even know what he's doing. He's going for dreads or twists? It's not doing anything. And he's got these readers on. Like, it's not doing anything. It is. I said this to somebody, and somebody thought I was lying. And I don't know if you'd be able to find this photo, Steve, but you remember when Jerry Rice tried to hang on to those braids late, and they started in the middle of his head.
Yeah.
When he played for the Raiders. I'd rather have the Jerry Rice middle of the head braids than this shit that Michael Irvin's walking around with. I'd rather do LeBron than to, obviously he has more healthy hair, but if I'm going to walk around here and look like I just got electrocuted, I'd rather get the Jerry Rice number where he started the braids in the middle of his head and just, I mean, had that six head. I just hate what he's doing. But no, man, I think you would enjoy it, Steve. I really do. I think you will enjoy.
I've really struggled with these.
You don't like Jerry?
Docs. Yeah. And well, because the ones recently too, like documentaries used to have integrity. Documentaries don't have integrity anymore.
God.
They're made by all these streamers now, and because they're quick, they're easy, you can crank them out, they're cheap to make, and then you sign a deal with the sports team.
Oh, yes. I'd rather go there, Steve. What the hell is he thinking? How the hell did his wife let him walk out there looking like the heck is that shit? Jerry was braiding that shit.
Jerry was 40, still playing pretty well.
I don't care how well he was playing. He'd have to waltz out there with that shit. He got out there and kept getting that braided. She tried to, that little corner piece right there, she didn't try to braid. I'd rather wear that shit than what Mike's bringing out here. Good God, Jerry. Somebody. This is some LeBron shit.
If I remember, Jerry was pushing 40 that year with Oakland.
Pushing a lot of shit. All right. And he's looked good. He's looked, I don't mean drugs or anything, Jerry, but he has looked good since with this bald head. And he just hanging on. This was a midlife crisis. I wonder what kind of car he was driving. He probably bought him a rope chain. Like, you trying to stay young with these damn braids, Jerry. Get the hell out of here. I don't think he's married to his wife anymore. She probably didn't give a damn anymore. But yeah, I'd rather go with the Jerry shit than that. Hold on. So that, see, yeah, I should have known. It is some over the top deal for you. It isn't just, I don't know that I want to be compelled like you want. These documentaries used to have integrity.
So I've watched a couple episodes of The Kingdom, and it does get me going a little bit because I cover the Chiefs and I watch every single game, and I am very ingrained in this team. Like I am knee deep in Kansas City Chiefs. So The Kingdom,
but you don't think if you
me a little bit,
but if the Kingdom was done on the Ravens, you don't think it would speak to you? You wouldn't like it as much?
No, because I don't watch Hard Knocks at all anymore. Like Hard Knocks fell off a cliff for me, and
but that's not really a documentary. Like
sure,
I like
and I used to watch these things on NFL Network and stuff all the time. Like I used to watch all of it. Like I used to be about it. But the problem is, and The Last Dance is one of the main things that kicked this off, is when you start empowering the people that the documentaries are about to have full say in the narrative control of these things, then that's how you don't get all of the stuff that we really want to know about. And so I don't want just a fluff piece on the New England Patriots like they made on Apple that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick had heavy influence in. Like, I don't want that. I don't want whatever this Jerry Jones led documentary about the Cowboys is. Like, I want the real shit that they're like, we're going to sue you if you make that and put that out into the world. Like, that's the stuff that I want in my sports documentaries.
When's the last sports documentary you felt you've seen that in?
I don't know. I haven't watched one in here.
Get out of here, man. I mean, I don't know. Jerry, to me, and I've heard some people say that they think Jerry's lying in a lot of this stuff that he's put out. And I do. I'm sure there are some other stories. But, Steve, we would have never found out that Michael Irvin tried to kill a teammate with scissors because of the haircut situation. We'd have never found that out, right? And his trial stuff, they went pretty – I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know. All right, I enjoy them. Now, like, there are some that aren't done as well. Like Netflix, that Untold, that one's not done as well. The Johnny Manziel, I felt like they left a whole bunch of shit out. They did one on the Florida Gators when Urban was there and just kind of slid over Aaron Hernandez. Like that didn't really happen as bad as it happened. So I don't know. I get what you're saying in some of those, but I don't know. This one with the Cowboys was kind of interesting. I didn't know I learned some of the backstory stuff with Jimmy Johnson and Jerry. And I mean, I did not know that everybody on the team loved Barry Switzer, thought Barry Switzer was a great man. Like Michael said in the doc, you can't be around Barry Switzer and know him and not like him, except Troy Aikman hated his guts. They they just weren't talking and won a Super Bowl. Like they just never talked. They just stopped talking. Like he didn't quite say it like this, but I think that the moment that he brought Troy in the middle of the season to talk about there are some thoughts that you only yell at the black players, that was the end of their relationship. Yeah. Like Troy literally said that was pretty much the last straw that severed our relationship. And they just didn't talk. So I don't know. I thought it was good. And Mike Irvin, boy, I mean, you talk about 9 lives. I mean, that motherfucker right there, boy. And the dude, man, hit him in the balls with a line. He said, I definitely should have gone to jail if he handled that differently. And I'll just remember the thing he said to me that haunts me, that I remember forever, is he said to me, look, playmaker, I know that you love kids. I've watched you, play with kids and help kids. I know you love kids. I just want you to know you almost took me away from mine. God damn, boy, I mean, that was like shit. I was like, damn, man. All right, man. I bet Mike, boy, you talk about Mike, man. Mike, she took them damn scissors back after he said that shit to him. But no, man, check it out, man. It's worth a little bit. At least watch the cocaine Cowboys episode 7. Slide into
I'm fine
into
with that because I do feel like I can watch these out of order. Because doesn't it start with Jerry? Like
it's
Jerry's
Jerry.
so self-centered that Jerry was like, "Let me make this thing about me first."
It should start. It starts
And
with.
then I'll talk about the history of one of the most famous franchises in the NFL that I only became a part of like later on and happened to win a few Super Bowls when they had one of the best rosters in all of the NFL.
The documentary is about the Jerry years of the Dallas Cowboys. So, of course, it's going to fucking start with Jerry Jones owning the Cowboys.
I think it should be about the football team. I don't think it should be about Jerry. Jerry gets enough attention. Jerry does enough dumb shit in the media on a daily basis.
You know, I mean, he's being Jerry. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is he? Do some people think Jerry's a little racist? Maybe. I don't know.
Lots of people believe that.
Yeah. You know, they got Jerry on that photo in Little Rock out there as they were segregating that school.
Jerry Jones, notorious glory hole lover.
He said that one time, Steve, and people have just
he said it more than once.
Speaking of controversial people, who some people may think are a little racist, I think some people may think. I sent this to you earlier. I wonder how this is going to work, Steve. Like, you know, we like to have little conversations about the inside baseball portions of our industry. And like one of the big things is this partnership that FS1 Fox is now having with Barstool and Dave Portnoy in particular. And he is going to be a part of their flagship show. And shout out to Fox. They pissed me off with the big noon kickoff because they are forcing primetime games to be played at noon. And it really pisses me off. Like this Ohio State-Texas game should be played at night, but the damn thing has to be played at noon because it's big noon kickoff. Can big noon kickoff just be the name and they big noon kickoff this son of a bitch at 7? How about that? Like this is like stupid. It's so stupid that we got to get rolling. But no, they're adding him to their version of College Game Day big noon kickoff with that crew, which will be interesting. We'll see what him and Urban Meyer look like up there next to each other. But that'll be interesting. But as we know, they have gotten rid of all of those shows, you know, from Breakfast Ball to the facility. They got rid of all those shows, and they're partnering with Barstool, and they are doing a new show starting September, I believe first week of September. It's called Wake Up Barstool. And it's going to come on every day from 8 to 10, and then they're going to do a replay from 10 to 12 that leads into the Herd with Colin Cowherd. But the crazy thing about this, Serda, is, and I'll be interested to see if this works because everything that we have been taught in this business, and when I say this business, I'm just talking about media, daily sports media. You know, they're going to have 5 different hosts every day. Like it's like it's not going to be. I thought it was going to be Dave and Big Cat, you know, like every day. Nope. Mondays it's Dave, Jason Williams, the former basketball player, and like 2 other guys I'm not sure of. Tuesdays is Big Cat and T-Bob Abear and 2 other guys I'm not sure of. Wednesday is somebody named Brandon Walker and T-Bob Abear. Thursdays is PFT commentator. I know PFT. And then 3 other guys I don't know. And then Fridays is T-Bob Abear and a rotating cast. Like in everything that I've ever known is you need to have some consistency in what people are going to come to see. And at least like I know Stephen A has moved from him and Skip to him and Max to him having a rotation, but you always know that Stephen A is going to be there. And you always, and Molly, but you always know Stephen A is going to be there. And it's more about, all right, who is Stephen A going to go against? Here, like 2 of the days out of the week, they're having people that nobody really knows outside. I'm not saying people in the Barstool family don't know, but that folks don't understand. Like their big hitters are Dave, Big Cat, and PFT. And you would think, all right, they're going to create a show where they're every day. No, they just got different cats every day. This is a weird way of going about it.
It's especially weird because traditional networks, television stations, radio stations, things like this. It's like you have your daily shows because you want the audience to build a relationship with those people.
Yes.
And so that in and of itself is weird. To me, this almost feels like because Barstool did have a partnership with ESPN years ago that basically failed.
That lasted like a day.
Yeah, before it ever went anywhere because they announced it and there was so much backlash about it. And ESPN has done this with plenty of other things, but there's enough negative outcry that Disney was like, shit, we should probably not do this. And so they backed out of the deal. And now it's taken them this long. And this is, I believe the Barstool Sportsbook app was inevitably sold to ESPN and it became ESPN Bet. And so it's not like there hasn't been other business dealings because Barstool is a very successful sports media brand. It's not my particular cup of tea, but it's a very big and very successful brand. And so this has been years in the making of them kind of working their way back into a major network television station and some type of studio deal. And that's what this is. They've been working towards something like this for a really long time. Something that not only that doesn't just move them off of YouTube and move them off of the web, something that legitimizes them in a way that they could try to challenge a big sports network or take them to another stratosphere of popularity or just really just get more and more eyeballs on them because they're one of the bigger web producers in the world right now in terms of sports content.
Oh, absolutely. But Serda, I'm just a little floored that Fox just said, hey,
but this isn't surprising from Fox Sports though, because they're all over the map. They kind of lucked into Nick Wright and how successful that show is because Nick is not this type of brand whatsoever. He's the opposite.
But I mean from this perspective, Steve, I'm really a bit surprised that Fox and FS1 have just said, all right, man, we just cut these shows with guys that have been stars for us, we felt, or stars other places. Like Mark Schlereth still works for Fox, calls games, has been doing stuff. They got Danny from Chicago. They still have him. They're still using him, right? They had, whether I'm a fan of his or not, but they had Craig Carton, who has been a star, right? And Emmanuel Acho and LaShawn McCoy, all those guys. And they were struggling, Serda, to get ratings, and that was a big part of why they shut it down. For them to just say, hey, Barstool, man, take it, and then you guys just put whoever the fuck you want on TV every day. That's the part that that gets me. It's just it's like to me, ESPN, when they did their deal with Pat McAfee, and then Pat McAfee would just put whoever he wants to put on 4 days a week. Pat's got to be there every day. And I'm surprised that they would dare have a day that they have a thing that leads into Colin Cowherd, and it would be somebody by the name of Brandon Walker and T-Bob Aber.
But I do wonder if that was some type of concession or deal that was put into place. Hey, we'll do this for way less than what you were paying your studio shows before.
You think that's what they've done? You think they've taken a big pay cut? You think
I mean, maybe it's some type of overall deal where, because it can't be individual salaries. You just said it. They're gonna have different people in the studio every single day. They're not paying those guys to do 2 shows a week as much as they're paying Nick Wright, who's on 5 days a week. They're simply not going to do that. And so if they're not going to be in there every day, it makes me wonder what kind of deal they actually signed with Fox Sports to make this happen. And so what they're saying is our brand and our reach is so big. just give us a studio show where we get to do whatever we want. You don't have to pay us as much as you would pay a normal Monday through Friday studio show of like 3 people who are in here every single day. And we're going to guarantee you more eyeballs, more advertisers. We're going to guarantee you more money because we think our brand is that big. And they're probably right, honestly. Again, not my kind of sports commentary or media that I choose to consume, but it's got a very, very big fan base, and there's money that follows all of that. And Fox Sports has certainly never been afraid to take money from anywhere and everywhere that they can get it. So I don't think it's like, I think the show's probably not going to be great. Like, I think that they are missing the idea of that. Like, I think why Nick Wright has become so successful there is because people gravitate towards Nick Wright and his smart and intelligent and like creative sports commentary. And then like Wilds and Broussard play really well off of him. And so it's like they've developed this chemistry as a show together that has made people want to watch it. And that's why for the first time they have a show that's actually like challenging ESPN. You're not going to get that with something like this. And I think that's what they're going to be missing.
Well, yeah, but that's
all of this stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it's just Nick. Like their 2 shows are The Herd and First Things First. Those shows have grown, but a big part of what I would say is, as you just went through, you're coming to see Nick and Broussard and Wilds, and every day you know you're going to get Colin for the most part every day, right? Like you know what you're going to get. This one is like, all right, if I want to watch Dave, and that's who I really am into, all right, I'm going to go watch Dave on Monday. If I'm really into Big Cat, that's it, just Big, but he's only going to be there just on Tuesdays, and then it's this cast. And then if you're, because like, yes, Barstool has a fan base. And honest to God, I think I would be surprised if we see some sort of digital like partnership, because that's where Fox can really probably get help with is raising their digital platform.
We also saw ESPN hire someone from Barstool to run all of their digital stuff.
So like, yeah, that may be the big part of this, and that's why maybe they don't care as much as but they're treating that early time slot like it's like how ESPN does radio now. Like, just like, all right, man, we just got something to fill. They're going to run.
It's because ESPN just said we don't give a shit about radio.
Yeah, but if Fox is doing that right now, it seems like with TV. Like, I cannot believe they just said, hey, man, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to hand it off to you. And we know every week there will be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, potentially at least 10 to 15 just different motherfuckers on every week. like just like, go ahead, man, have at it. And you know what else we're gonna do? We're not gonna do another show from 10 to 12. We're just gonna rerun that show we just ran from 8 to 10 to 10 to 12 again for Cowherd as the lead-in. They don't even give a damn anymore. It is just, it'll be interesting to see how this plays. Like, because it looks like, from a TV perspective, it looks like a recipe for disaster. Like that, like this looks like there is no way. It's hard to believe over time that they're going to get some sort of a big shift in the ratings with this approach. And if they do, Steve, then Barstool's even stronger than I've ever thought.
I do wonder, like, if there's like, so me and Osita talked about this a little bit last week when you were gone. Like with the because I don't know if you saw like the Rich Eisen return to Sports Center. And like we had a whole conversation about how like it legitimately made me like nostalgic for like the old days of Sports Center, where like,
because I know you, and Osita obviously couldn't relate to this, but I know you absolutely can, because like growing up as sports fans, we used to, you just put it on ESPN. How many times in a row did you just watch Sports Center over and over again, like late at night? Like you just knew every word, like you knew every segment, you knew everything that they did on Sports Center. And Rich Eisen comes in and he does this show like it's an old school Sports Center, and it like really like got me. And I was like, it's like, man, I fucking miss this so much. Like I miss this brand of sports television. Like instead of having people yelling opinions at me and screaming at me all the time about this, that, and whatever. But I do wonder if this is the idea of like this transference of, and it's something that we've really seen wholly in like nighttime television, like, you know, Colbert's going away soon, and nighttime TV has really like declined dramatically over the years. And now it's kind of resorted to like, it's very dependent on like viral clips the following day, as opposed to like people actually sitting down and watching this show like at home before they go to bed at night. And that's why it's had this like dramatic downturn, whereas like it used to be like at one point in society, like watching nighttime television, late night TV was like one of the biggest things in the country. And it makes me wonder too, if they're like experimenting with like, hey, we're just going to try to like really lean into the digital aspect of all of this stuff.
Yeah,
and so maybe it's not an everything daily show, but it's the on television product is what it is. And we're going to try to get advertising dollars and revenue and viewers where we can here. But then it's also going to be what we're doing afterwards on the digital landscapes and see how we can make money off of that. Like that could totally be something that's happening here. And that could 100% be something that Barstool pitched to Fox Sports.
No, it is just looking at the approach they're taking. It is hard to believe they're going to get a shift in ratings, like a shift in ratings with this, because I'm sure they will have their fans, but again, their fans are used to watching digital. Are they gonna then come over in droves to watch them on TV? I don't know. Like,
is it gonna be like is it gonna be like McAfee where they streamed it live on YouTube as well as like on ESPN?
Probably. I would bet. Yeah. And maybe Fox is counting those numbers too. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, man. I'm sorry. I work in the business. And I mean, it's a list of a bunch of names on here, Steve. I got 4.
Yeah, I got the biggest ones. That's it. That's all
I got Dave, Big Cat, PFT, and then I mean, I remember White Chocolate, Jason Williams.